guys and girls, thanks for tuning back into Crypto Mainly. My name's Lee. Channel's growing very nicely, as you can see, 154 subscribers. Watch time and all those sorts of analytics things are all going in the right direction. So thank you very much indeed, and thank you for the comments and the feedback. It's very useful at this early stage in my YouTube channel. So thank you very much for taking the time to make some comments and give me some feedback. Much appreciated. So lots happening. Let's jump straight into the content. Well. We were looking at this this chart yesterday. We were suggesting that possibly we were going to see something along this rather scribbly blue arrow sensation going on, and with a projection of possibly getting inside this blue box here, which of course we did. So this blue box here, we did manage to get back down in there. My impression of this bear trap which is coming does look like, again, it's coming into fruition. If we look at this, this chart here, it does look like price has broken down. The market sentiment is already turning very bearish. The short positions are loading up. The whales are loading up the short positions too. Which is a sign that everybody's expecting the price to perhaps continue to the downside. I've got my suspicions about that, which I've been talking about over the last couple of days, which you know about, so I won't go over it again. But we'll just have a look at the daily chart that we've been looking at previously, and you can see you've got the larger triangle and the smaller triangle, and you can see we've got rather a nice bounce. We haven't actually made it all the way down to the bottom of the support yet. Whether we do or not, it remains to be seen. But obviously, looking on this daily time frame here, this is quite a healthy bounce already, and so I wouldn't be surprised if if things turn around from here, particularly if we look at this area here. You can see that actually there's quite a considerable support. If we just draw this for you here, so in this zone here, you've got a considerable amount of support there. And so the fact that we're bouncing from that now, that doesn't actually surprise me. So we didn't quite get all the way down to the bottom of the support, but I think best thing to do is to sort of err on the side of caution whilst we're in this area down here, because if we do test this support, as I said before, about 38,800, that's the area to watch. If we do test that and it breaks, the move will be fast and furious, shall we say. So be careful, watch out for that, guys. So going back to this smaller time frames, you can see we've come down into this blue box territory, which is the 78.6, between the 78.6 and the 88.6, almost exactly in the center. Look, from the move from the base here. So this impulse move from the bottom here. So this low to this high, that's the fib measurement, and the retracement has come down to the 78, to between the 78.6 and the 88.6, which is a very sort of common and popular retracement. And you can also see, if you look left here, these two dotted lines at the top here are showing that there is considerable support in that area. And you can see that those two dotted lines, the price came down and actually bounced exactly from there, which is not surprising if you look here. So let me just draw that if I'm not making it clear enough for you. But if you look in that area there, there's a big area here of that proved as resistance levels as the price came up. So resistance here, a cluster of resistance here, broke that back down, came up and found resistance there again. You get the idea. There's an area of traffic, an area of interest there. So you've got a demand zone, and obviously price has come back down. It's come into that demand zone, and is now bouncing. I bear in mind, I do still think that we're going to get this type of sensation. Not to be confused, this first bounce here, I don't think is this part of the bounce yet. I think we're going to get more of a of a sort of a consolidation area in this region, which is obviously inside this triangle for context. But yeah, I mean, if we what's the sort of the line in the sand, should we say? If I just zoom in on here, we'll see if we can get a little bit of clarity on that. But so you can see that actual this move from Bitcoin was quite steep, with very little bounces, and so to see, we're going to have to look left for the supply and demand zones, and as you can see, there are a number of. I mean, I've drawn this blue box in here before, so let's go by the top of that blue box, which is 41,000. Yeah, I mean, if we get back above 41,250, if this bounce comes back above there, then I think it's safe to say that we would then probably likely see something like this, where if we break back above support, we would likely see come up to the top of the blue. Sorry, let me just draw that again. So come up to the top of the blue box area. If we do get above that 41,250, then we'll likely probably come back down and retest there, and then the W that I'm talking about, down the bottom here. This W would look more like this type of W here. But I mean, until we get back above this at the moment, the support line, sorry, the resistance line, is at 40,700. So obviously, we need to get above that firstly. I don't think we will on this attempt. I think we're going to see, as I say, perhaps a rolling over, come back down and retest of this, this blue box zone again, before we see any movement, another attack at this resistance and breaking through. So I think we've got, perhaps another couple of, where are we now? Looking at the 12. So I mean, the bounce is quite a powerful one. It is quite a nice one, but I do think that we'll come back down, perhaps over the next day. Where are we now? It was Tuesday now, so perhaps sort of Wednesday, maybe into sort of Thursday, closer to the weekend, we'll see the curl around and up, back up into resistance. I'd rather see us break through this resistance before the weekend rather than at or over the weekend, because obviously low volatility at the weekend leads to a lot of manipulation. So it'd be nice to see us, if we're going to break back above this week, is to be breaking above it before the weekend. But we'll have to wait and see on that. So let me just have a quick look, see if there are any clues on the total. So this is the total market cap, and this is this is the mother of all charts. Basically, this overrides anything else, in my opinion. But you can see again that we've come down. We've got like a topping M pattern at the top there. We've come back down, we've completed that pattern, and we've actually found support there, which, if you look left, is actually the 61.8, from the top, from the highs down to the to the lows here. So this is the bearish retracement from the top there. It's come down. It came all the way down to the 78.6. So these lows here, and then we've got the bounce, and now we've kind of broken through, and now we've come back down, and we're actually finding support now at the 61.8, which again is it's looking like things are perhaps at this stage starting to show the first signs of actually turning around, in the market changing to a bullish stance again, hopefully. Just going to zoom out on this one a little bit, so I'll just show you what I think. Something alike this is likely to happen over the next coming sort of days and weeks. Is we get the bounce, we come back up, we break through this support, and then we come back up to the top part of this this rising channel here, and then we get the rejection, we come back down, and then retest this descending support line, and then we're off to the races into the summer. So yeah, let's hope that that happens, and that we don't see prices, if we start to see prices coming back down. I mean, this, just have a quick look. So you can see actually when we were down in this area at the bottom here, when we were in this zone before, I did mark the red dotted line there and put critical key daily level. And, Bitcoin being Bitcoin did push to the absolute extremes. It did break down below that level, and then obviously we've got a test and a bounce. But talk about pushing people's emotions to the extreme. We got all the way down there. We actually closed below that critical level. It looked like that was going to be the start of the bear market, but in actual fact, it turned around, and here we go again, and we're off again. And I suspect something like that's going to happen here again. So it's pushing to the extremes of everybody thinking that's it. Everything's bearish. All the sentiments changing in the social media, and then we get the turnaround. So let's hope for that anyway. Just have a quick look at Ethereum. Still having the zooming in problem. Sorry, just get this ready for you. Okay, so we were looking at this measured move. I mean, you could say that this is actually completed here. Normally, measured moves like this, you can normally expect to see 75% of the move generally, and then the move generally has completed. So I wouldn't be surprised that actually, although that this is pointing a little bit lower, that the actual move, you can see, got a nice bounce here. So this is on a 6-hour time frame. Let's just put it into, have a quick look at that on a slightly lower one. So we'll look at the 4-hour. So yeah, so on the 4-hourly there, we came back down. We actually broke below the neckline slightly of this W, but soon bounced back. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if we see something along the lines of coming up to this resistance, then coming back down, and then obviously and then the taking off from there. So just be a little bit cautious, guys. Don't think that this is just going to continue up higher. I don't think that's actually going to happen quite yet. I do think it's going to happen ultimately in the next few coming days and weeks, but not just yet. I think there's going to be a little bit of this corrective move back down into the blue box, which would look like this move back down to the 3,000 level for Ethereum before we start to lift off. Total market cap is looking really promising actually. That makes perfect sense why we would get the bounce there. You can also see you've got this descending support line here, which again we've got a touch point there. So yeah, I mean let's hope that this is the start of the turnaround. Certainly looks like it, looking at this total the total market cap. Certainly looks like things are going to turn around now. So let's hope for that, guys. Hopefully you found the content interesting over the last couple of days. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and make some comments below and give me some feedback. And I'll look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. All the best, guys. Take care. Always remember, guys, take profits and buy something real. Take care now.